So I've been on quite the collecting roller coaster over the last several weeks. and something actually really amazing happened about a week and a half ago. So I've been doing the same eBay search for 0708 Topps Rip Cards for February would be 9 years. I've been putting this set together. If you've been, subscribed to my channel, you've seen some of the videos. I've been putting this 40 card rip card set together for, like I said, almost 9 years. And I ran into a situation where I had one card left and I just couldn't find an unripped copy. I had a ripped copy. I sent it into PSA. They said that they wouldn't grade ripped cards. So then I'm basically faced with an option to maybe send it to another company, just so I at least can complete my set, because I basically had all of the other cards graded and put in PSA slabs. And so about a week and a half ago, I did the same search that I've been doing for years and years and years. And would you believe the card popped up at the top of the search? And it was a little bit shocking at first. And I clicked on it and I'm just like, oh, please, please do not be ripped. The title said ripped and I was like, oh. But I clicked on the photos and I went to the second photo and I saw that it wasn't ripped. And so I was like, well, there's a lot of people that aren't super familiar with these inserts. So I messaged the seller. I'm just like, just wanting to make sure that these pictures that you have on here are up to date, because that card is unripped. The seller said, yep, those are brand new pictures and yep, good to go. I said, okay. So I also said, because in their description, they said, hey, the winner of this card will be shipped via PWE to the winner. And so I was like, well, if I win this card, would it be possible to pay more for upgraded shipping? They said, sure, absolutely. I was like, okay, all right, feeling better about this. 7-day auction. I don't ask sellers to end items early or anything like that. I know a lot of sellers don't like that, so I didn't ask to end early. But then the waiting game starts. It's like, I need to win this card. So it was very nerve-wracking waiting those 7 days. So I'm waiting and waiting and waiting. And then, I had talked to friends of mine and I had talked to my girlfriend and stuff, and the question came up, how high are you going to bid? Now, I find it hard to believe that any person on this planet wanted this card more than I did, but I didn't know that for sure. So at first I'm just like, well, I'm definitely going to bid several hundred for sure, but this is what I ended up going with. You can see that on the screen. You're reading it correctly. I decided that I was going to bid $2,100. I decided that if anybody else was going to own this card besides me, they were going to have to pay a lot of money for it, because that card is far more valuable to me as I look to complete this set that I've been looking for forever than it could possibly be for them. That's my mentality, at least. I bid $2,100. So this painstaking process continues, and I finally got a chance to check the status of the auction. It had ended. I finally got a chance to check it. I checked the auction, and as soon as I pull up my eBay app, I have a card in the cart. And so I knew I won it. So I'm just like, oh, I was so thankful that I was able to win this card. And then it was just like, okay, well, how much did I pay for it? Because, I put a really high bid in because I didn't want there to be any chance of losing the card. So I checked and I won it for $128. I was just in complete shock. To be looking for this card for that long and to win it for $128 was just absolutely thrilling. And, today is Sunday at the time that I'm recording this, and it actually came in the mail yesterday. And I have finally completed the unripped set. I'll put a better picture on the screen there, but just to show you that I do have it in hand. The seller was so cool. When I won it, I contacted the seller and I said, hey, can I upgrade the shipping to priority? You know, if you just let me know what it costs, and I'll do whatever it costs to ship priority plus $10. And they told me, I think it was like $14, something like that. And I said, well, how about we do 30? Like, I'm gonna go ahead and give you $30 because I appreciated that so much. The seller, again, was just so cool. So got it in hand. I went ahead and I'm gonna pay the seller double the shipping, which I offered. So happy to do it. And I'm planning on shipping it to my group subber tomorrow. I'm gonna do a faster service level. I think it's called regular. I'm gonna do the $75 service level. I'd like to get it back as quick as I can. So I'm gonna send that in, and that's gonna complete my set. Now if you watch one of my previous videos about this, about PSA and stuff I'm going through with them, I am waiting for one more unripped card to be graded by PSA. I made a previous video and I was really upset that they didn't grade it, and they did acknowledge that they think that they made a mistake, which happens, you know, and I appreciate it. They reached out, I talked to them. So that's at grading also. So I'm technically gonna be waiting to get 2 back, but that will complete the set. And so the next question that kind of comes up, and I've kind of been thinking about this and kind of curious as to your thoughts. I've done this same search since I won this card, probably 4 or 5 times, like 07, 08 top strip cards. I've been doing this search for so long that like it's like a habit or like reflex. I have no desire to pick up like doubles of the set. Again, I love the set, but I'm not trying to pick up any more of them. I'm not trying to pick up doubles. If somebody else wants to try to put together a set, that's fine. Once I get these other 2 graded though, I'll have 28 pop ones out of the 40 cards. So 28 that have only been graded once, and they're in my set. So I don't really have any desire to keep buying them, but it's just like habit. So like the question I've been thinking about is like, what now? I first started this set because it's like, these are case hits. These are tough to find. This could be a really fun set to put together because, you know, you'd see them a little more often back then, but man, I'd go months without seeing one that I needed. And it got really tough. And I can't say really necessarily that I want to start another set that it's going to take almost nearly a decade to complete. But that is kind of the question that I'm rolling around in my head now. It's kind of like, you know, now that this is complete, what's next? You know, at one point in time, I kind of wanted to try to put together a PSA graded 86, 87 Fleer set, but that's really not that hard. You know, I mean, I can buy those cards 24/7 on eBay. When I go to shows, go to the National, I could buy complete sets if I wanted to. Like, so the question is like, to take on another like challenging set that could be a lot of fun, but also could be really frustrating and could take a long period of time. I don't know. For right now, I'm kind of leaning towards just picking up singles, not going after another set for a while, taking some time off from that. But I'm kind of curious as to your thoughts, you know, like what types, are you collecting any tough sets? What type of progress have you made? You know, like what have you done when you've completed a tough set? Like, where do you go from there? I'm very curious as to your thoughts because, you know, I might be interested in some advice on that. Cause like I said, I found myself earlier today doing another search and I'm just like, why do I keep searching this? I'm not even looking for these now. So let me know if you have any thoughts. And as always, if you haven't already, if you'd consider subscribing to the channel, that would be awesome. And I'll see you in the next one.